Like, I would get on the bus or the train to go to New York, and I remember listening to the instrumentals on the way up there. So I'm listening to my instrumentals, and I'm on a bus, like, spitting. If you remember that scene on 8 Mile when Eminem is on a bus and he hearing the music in his head, I actually recorded to that instrumental, the Lose Yourself, and he on the bus. That. Yeah. That's how I used to be.
Not many people can rap to that beat.
It's hard.
And actually really sound like it's something hard on there, because, you know, Eminem is a beast.
I loved recording with Access. I love the fact that, I love that I could just, like, he loved music so much, it was no limit. Sometimes when you record with people, especially if they're charging you, I never got charged, but if I was getting charged, you know, it's a limit. They say, okay, your session over at 4:00. You gotta roll because the next person coming in. Like, up there, I could just vibe out. Like, we could literally record for 24 hours and just be up all night drinking iced tea and Snapples. Like,
yeah, and it was free. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. But let me ask you this. What do you think about the state of hip hop now?
That's a very good question, and I really wish that I can answer you. And I'm gonna keep it official. I don't really listen to hip hop. And one of the things when I was an artist, I didn't listen to hip hop too much because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't being influenced by the popular trend, because I didn't want to try to sound like someone else. I always wanted to be myself. But I know at the time that I was doing music, I was way before my time. I did in preparation for this interview, and I'm gonna tell you about the state of hip hop. But in preparation for this interview, I actually went on Billboard and pulled up the top songs when my album came out. And around the time my album came out, some of the top songs were "Walk It Out," "Now Walk It Out," "Now Walk It Out," and "Party Like a Rock Star," and "Shorty" by Plies, and "I'm a Flirt" by R. Kelly, and "Make It Rain." We make it rain. We make it rain. So these are the things that was out on the Billboard top 25 when I was talking about, the cops that hit you up while you unarmed and hopping over the fence. So I'm talking about what's going on now, but I'm talking about it 8-9 years ago.
True.
So I was talking about black on black crime. I was talking about Black Lives Matter. I was talking about police brutality. I was talking about a racist system. I was talking about oppression. I was talking about all these heavy things in a time when people were just trying to walk it out and make it rain. So now hip hop is starting to change a little bit. Lupe Fiasco came out, Kendrick Lamar, the other guy that me and my girlfriend be listening to. What's his name? We like him.
J. Cole?
Yes, we like him. So my girlfriend said to me, I listen to J. Cole, Lupe, your old stuff, and she kind of just throws it in a mix. So it was like I was before my time, and like the stuff that's on the radio right now, I don't really bang with, but I can listen to J. Cole, I can listen to Kendrick Lamar, and I can listen to Lupe.
You know what I'm gonna say? Real hip hop is still around. The saddest thing is, though, you have to search for it, because these the stuff that's on the Billboard is mentally destroying. It's just party, get high music. You know what I'm saying? It's just a beat and just words. Actually, some people then call this era the mumble music era.
Yeah,
because
it's
you know what I'm saying? They mumbling over hot tracks.
Right. And if you remember on the outro of Beyond Reason, it's a song called Complicated. And on a song called Complicated, which was the tribute to my grandmother and my mother and all the strong black women that gave birth to those that gave birth to me, I say, niggas listen to the lyrics only half the time. They nod their head to the beat, but they ignore the rhyme. So I can sound like I can sound like
Yeah,
and then I keep going on saying and I'm not saying anything, and that's really what's going on now. If it's a good beat, you can be like panda. You can just do that.
When they strip that beat from that, fucking jumping jelly bean, he ain't saying nothing.
Not just, I love the beat, don't get me wrong, like I put that on, I love the beat, but really like the lyrics, people aren't paying attention to the lyrics. I can't knock people because everybody hear music differently, and you know, my daughter likes some of that music, and you know, she didn't know M.A. What's the
Young M.A.?
Young M.A. I'm pretty, but I'm loco. Like, my daughter don't know what she's singing about. Yeah. But she hear that beat. And she jumping around. So I said her, you know, she's 11. I told her what the song was about. And what it mean to get, why she say, if that shit chick there, why she texting me. Yeah. You know, I had to tell her what it meant. So this generation is not wired. They're not as critical as we were. We were super critical in the 80s and the 90s. We were critical, and Philly was the place where you could get booed. I mean, people would come to Powerhouse. I don't know if you remember when people were getting booed at Powerhouse, like major artists. Yeah. If they lyrics were horrible, they'd come out. MC Brains got booed at one of the shows.
You took it back.
So MC Brains came on saying, it's Uchi Coochie, la la la. They said boo. They said boo. Yeah, Skeezo got booed. Damn. Remember Skeezo?
Yeah, I remember him.
He got booed.
Damn, we really revealing our age right now. Fucking MC Brains and Skeezo. You talking like 1990 to 92? God damn, yo.
But Philly booed Santa Claus. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember Philly booed. They booed Foxy Brown.
Yeah, this is a rough time.
So, you know, this is what I come up in the era that when you open your mouth, if the first thing ain't out your mouth is not fire, people was booing. I remember.
You know what? Not to cut you off. Foxy just got booed. I was at a show this past June, and Foxy came out on some bullshit, and they booed her.
I remember I had a rhyme. This started off, and this was in the 80s. I am revealing my age. I'm in my late 30s. I'm 38. You know, praise God, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I used to be ashamed of my age. I'm not ashamed of my age. I've accomplished a lot, you know. But I remember I had a rap that started off, and this is the early 90s, late 80s, that was, my name is D, and the place to be. And I got booed at a talent show, and that's all I got out. My name is D, and the place to be. I like the whoo. I was like, wait, let me finish. And the crazy thing is, the rest of it was hot. The rest of it was hot. I don't want to pull the pad out. I don't even show you what it looked like. But the rest of it was hot. But I never got to that point. So when you're brought up in a neighborhood that's that rough and in a city that's that rough, by the time you're 18, if you still rapping, you're gonna be hot. Cause Philly will trial by fire. You better not say nothing whack. You might get beat up for saying something whack. Somebody actually steal you. Like, boom. Why you say that? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Terrible.
Yeah. So, will you ever record any more music, or it's a rap? You just on some bullshit?
Okay. Yes, I have. I want to record an EP, right? And just to close my legacy, because I feel like my last EP, which was Serious Intermission, that was released 2008, that was supposed to be the bridge to my next album. The next album never came out. And if you listen to my first mixtape, The Renaissance, the rebirth of hip hop, and then you listen to Beyond Reason, which is my debut album, then you listen to Serious Intermission, what you see is a maturity. You see me going from angry, want to fight everybody, want to battle everybody, F the government. You see me going from that to a sense of who I am and being a little bit more laid back and a little bit more mature. So, you know, at this age, I still have things to say, and I still have like the skill to put together an album. So what I want to do is I want to release one last EP that kind of solidifies who I want to be remembered as. Because what I don't want to be remembered as is Medinah Starr from the Renaissance. Because Medinah Starr from the Renaissance shouldn't even have a job. You know, because I was, you know,
that was baggy sweatpants and trees days.
Right, and I was talking about, you
not
know,
smoking trees, wearing trees. Yeah, that was those days.
I was grimy, and then it was Beyond Reason. I got a little bit better, but I've dealt with my anger. I've dealt with my I was an angry little something. That's all I can say. I was very angry, and I'm still passionate about music. I love music. I still write. I just recorded a song this year. I just want to put it together in one final EP and just say, this is what my life was like, and kind of just give a message to the people that's up and coming. Like, reflect on my career, things I've been through, and how I got through real life stuff like abuse and fighting and rejection. I've been through some real life stuff, and I would like to put that on an EP without a whole bunch of F-bombs, without me cursing every 5 minutes.
Yeah, because Rakim whole catalog is him spitting without cursing.
And I love Rakim, and that beat for Affirmation was originally his, and I was up there with Nick Wiz.
Yeah, shout out Nick Wiz. Shout out
Nick,
that whole
Wiz.
situation.
He did that beat, and that beat was originally going to be for Rakim, and I was in the booth, and in the booth, the way Nick had it set up was in the booth, every rapper that ever rapped in that booth had signed the booth. So I'm in there, and I see Smith & Wesson written on the booth. I see Rakim. I see Chuck D. I see MC Light. Their names written in magic marker, permanent marker in his booth. That booth has got to be worth a lot of money. And so he gave me a marker and told me, go ahead, put your name there. So I was able to put my name in the booth as one of the MCs that came through and recorded, in his booth. And I want to seal my legacy. I want to make one last album, let the people know, look, I was born with lyrics. I was born with skill. Like, you don't outgrow skill. Like, you should sit down after a while. You should just sit down, just because, make way for the younger people. But you really, if you're an artist at heart, a lyricist at heart, you don't lose it. Like, I could make a rap about your sweater right now. If I wanted to, you put on a beat, I could do it right now. But
we're not gonna do that. And I ain't Bill Cosby wearing a sweater. And I don't drop pills in your coffee.
Drop pills in the coffee.
You know what I'm saying?
Jello pudding pops.
It's like, no, shout out Bill Cosby. God bless
don't
that.
Don't try. Don't, let's keep it official. Don't try to get Brian Gumbo, like, shout out to Bill. You just was talking about Jello pudding pops and dropping the pills in the coffee. Yes, you were. But it's cool. Shout out to Bill Cosby.
His legacy needs to be where it's at. And
I can't with you.
Stained. But you can't leave without dropping a 16. You know what I'm saying? You just got to. Ain't no MC's gonna come through here and leave without dropping a 16. So what is it gonna be?
I was born in the latter days, adjacent to mental slaves. West Philly is the home where they hustle for days. Straight shots, they graze. Baby girls on one ways. The mentality is like, that crime always pays. Some never leave the hood, like they live in a cage. Busting them things for days, bodies fill in the graves. At times I'm still amazed that we still mental slaves. Third eye stay blinded by the hurt and the pain. Shorties flirting for cane, soldiers going insane. 12-year-olds move down south and then they change their name. Shooters are getting younger, the game done changed. They trying to maintain, feeding off the fame that they get when they banging. Even if they can't aim, they choose drugs, rap or basketball to soothe the pain. I can't ignore their pain. The storm, snow, and the rain. Prayers are just in vain if the heart don't change. It's strange and kinda giving me the eerie feeling. Abandoned buildings and fatherless children, ready and willing to keep on killing for shillings on the corner with villains. The hustle, the struggle. My music's more than a feeling. Can you feel me?
Bars. You know what I'm saying? Bars. Where y'all at, Philly?
Stand
you know
up,
what I'm
Philly,
saying? Where y'all at? West Philly. You know what I'm saying?
that was
West
Philly.
Fun. You know what I'm saying? But I want to thank you for letting me interview you for my first official podcast episode. When this shit gonna get mixed down, and I'll be releasing it soon. But just tune in.
And shout out to Ms. One for having me on this show. And I just want to put it out there. He do not have on a sweater. All right, but I thought it was funny personally. He don't wear sweaters. Matter of fact, he got a wife beater on right now with some fatigue shorts.
Eating peanuts.
Eating peanuts with a cool what's that old English? You know what I mean? Okay, so I just wanted to put it out there. He don't got a sweater on. All right.
All right. Peace.